The main organs of nervous system are brain, spinal cord and nerves. The brain and spinal cord are connected to all the sense organs and the other parts of our body by billions of the nerves. There are mainly two types of nerves in our body, cranial nerves and spinal nerves. The cranial nerves connect all parts in the head directly to the brain. The spinal nerves connect all the remaining parts of the body like the muscles, skin to the spinal cord. There is third type of nerve is called visceral nerve. Most of the visceral nerves connect the internal organs of the body to the spinal cord, though some also connect to brain. Cranial nerves arise from the brain and spread throughout the head. They also carry both sensory and the motor neurons. Spinal nerves arise from the spinal cord along the most of the length of the spinal cord and spread throughout the body except the head. They carry both sensory and the motor neurons. The visceral nerves are a special kind of nerves which mostly arise from the spinal cord, though some also arise from the brain. They are connected to the internal organs of the body. They will carry both sensory and the motor neurons. The simplest form of response in the nervous system is the reflex action. This is a rapid automatic response to the stimulus which is not under the control of voluntary action of the brain. It is described as like yawning, coughing, sneezing, blinking of eyes, or the reflex actions. In the processing of complicated responses which require thinking, both brain and spinal cords are involved, but in the simple responses which do not require thinking, the spinal cord alone is involved. When a bright light falls on the eye, the light receptors in the eye produce impulse in the sensory nerves. The sensory nerves carry this message of the bright light in the form of electrical impulses to the brain. The brain produces a response. The response produced by the brain is carried by the motor nerves through the circular muscles of the iris of the eye. The circular muscles of the iris of the eye contract and reduce the size of the pupil. The nerves which carry messages from body parts to the brain or spinal cord are called sensory nerves, and the nerves which carry messages from the brain to the body parts for the action are called motor nerves. When the sense organs like eyes, ear, tongue, nose, skin in our body is affected, it sends the message to the brain in the form of electrical impulse through the sensory neurons. The brain analyzes this message and decides the action to be taken. The brain then sends out the instruction to the muscles of the concerned body part for the necessary actions through the motor neurons. We respond to a stimulus in our reaction on touching a hot plate very quickly and without thinking we pull our hand away. This sort of very fast and automatic response is called reflex action. Here stimulus is heat and to which our hand respond. The receptor triggers on an impulse in the sensory neuron which transmit the message to the spinal cord. Then the impulse is passed on to the relay neuron where in turn passes to the motor neuron. The motor neuron passes the impulse to the muscle which is effector in our arm. The muscle then contract and pull our hand away from the hot plate. This pathway which the impulse travels is called reflex arc.